Hello and welcome to the final MMOFTW of 2012. I'm your host Bill Murphy, and I'm sorry for the 2-week holiday lapse in the recorded shows, but at least MMOFTW Live was still going strong over at twitch.tv with Rob Lashley and I. Anyway, in this year-end show, we're counting down the top 5 MMO news stories of 2012. Now, this is by no means the definitive list, but we think each of them were pretty damned important. Keep watching and tell us if we got it right in the comments. This is MMOFTW.
Staring out at us with his yellow eyes. He had yellow eyes, so help me God, yellow eyes.
Number 5 on our list, though certainly not to its fans, is the closing of NCSoft and Paragon's City of Heroes. We spoke with Matt Miller, the former lead designer of COH, not long ago about the closing, and it sounds like NCSoft and Paragon did all they could to keep the game running, but in the end, it's the profits that matter in business, and City of Heroes just couldn't turn one anymore. Once known as the Widowmaker for the way it held the attention of wannabe heroes and villains, City of Heroes will go down as one of the most revered MMOs in the genre's early years and history, and it will be sorely missed. At number 4 is the return of Chris Roberts, creator of Wing Commander, who shocked everyone at GDC Online with the announcement of his space flight sim MMO, Star Citizen. The kicker? It was also almost completely funded by player dollars with the use of Kickstarter and Roberts' own company site. Star Citizen is just one in a long line of games that's making their investment dollars right from the wallets of dedicated fans. Kickstarter and other crowdfunding venues are definitely on the rise, showing how games don't need the control and funding from suits with an agenda. They just need dedicated fans with a few bucks to spare. And then the players get the games they want, and the developers keep the control. All with the transparency of a buyer and seller sort of mentality. It'll be interesting to see what Kickstarter does in the years to come. Moving along, we come to number 3, a recent bit of MMO news surrounding the zombie game The War Z and the controversy raised around Hammerpoint Interactive's honesty, feature set claims, and so much more. We're still in the middle of our review of the title, and we're still in the middle of the controversy, but surely if there was any lesson to be learned from Hammerpoint's misfortune, it's that you better do right by your players. As we saw with Mass Effect 3 and others in 2012, if you piss off the fans, they can revolt, mobilize, and tear down the good name of your company in a heartbeat. Consumer choice is loud and clear. Consumer voice is loud and clear in gaming these days. And in fact, that moves us right into our number 2 news item for 2012. It's the consumer voice that drove the extremely expensive and high-profile Star Wars: The Old Republic to change its revenue model before it was even a year old. With rumors of a budget of over $200 million, BioWare hinged its hopes on the subscription model that has worked so well for Blizzard and World of Warcraft. But the times they are a-changin', and in a crowded market space, you can no longer expect an IP alone to keep players happy and paying $15 a month. The Old Republic wasn't the only game to see a quick shift in revenue model either, as Funcom's The Secret World quickly changed modes when it underperformed as well. In the future, it's very likely that more and more games will be designed from the ground up, as buy-to-play or free-to-play from the start. Such is the online and entitled gaming culture we live in and with. But I hear you saying, if Star Wars: The Old Republic going free-to-play wasn't the #1 story of 2012, well, what was? No other tale rocked the world of gaming, sports, and business news quite as much as the sad, sad story of Curt Schilling's 38 Studios. Founded by the MVP pitcher and World Series winner as the brainchild of his love affair with MMOs, RPGs, and gaming, it also included such talent as the prolific author R.A. Salvatore and Spawn creator Todd McFarlane. Everyone, and I mean everyone, including myself, expected great things from 38 Studios. But when the company's first title, Big Huge Games' Reckoning Kingdoms of Amalur, failed to produce enough sales to offset an outrageous spending budget, the company couldn't make its several million-dollar loan payment to the state of Rhode Island, and it was forced to fold. Now, we may never see the beautiful world that was being created by 38 Studios outside of the trailers they released after the company went under. But more than anything, 38 Studios' closure is indicative of the biggest lesson learned in the MMO world in 2012. Big budget doesn't mean big success. If the suits at the top don't get that now, they never will. Well, that does it for this week's MMOFTW. Be sure to let us know if you agree with our choices for the top stories in the comments below, and share your own top news stories as well, because there probably is something we missed and maybe something that you feel should have been included in the top 5. Don't forget to watch the VOD of our MMOFTW live this week as well, right here on YouTube and over at MMORPG.com, where Rob, Graculin Lashley, Casey, Gentleman Geek Gilder, and I talk about the week's news and all that hogwash. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at MMORPG.com without the dot. And if you're brave, you can also follow me at The Bill Murphy. I swear I won't goatsy you. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't let a bad pug get you down. Have a great 2013.